Hi, I'm assistant men's basketball coach Ben Thompson. You're watching the Black and Gold Report on WFXB.
Hello, Braves fans, and welcome to this week's edition of the Black and Gold Report. I'm Kevin Freeman, and we're here at the wrestling practice facility, and we're going to be talking today with wrestling head coach O.T. Johnson. And on the second half of the program, we're going to see an internship video done by our Katie Andros featuring All-American cross-country runner for UNCP, Pardon Luvu. But first, we're joined by Coach Johnson. Coach, welcome back to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And you've had 3 matches since the last time you and I talked, and if it's all right with you, I wanted to go over and get your thoughts on each of these. Your first match was the Pembroke Classic, which was on November 19th. You had 6 wrestlers place. Were you happy with the team's performance in that first match?
Absolutely. The Pembroke Classic, a great event for us. It showcases our program, brings in a plethora of wrestlers from all over the Southeast, Division I, Division II, NAIA club wrestling programs come here and enjoy great wrestling. UNC Pembroke. So, our guys overall did a great job, I thought. We had a few guys that were missing in action the first couple of weekends, but, finally got things together and were able to get out there and, perform. And, we had quite a few guys, like you said, placing the tournament. So, it's always great to have your team placing in your own home event. So that was good.
How good is your fan base, and how knowledgeable are they about wrestling?
I think through the years we've had an opportunity to do a lot of educating. Before a dual match, we'll put out a pamphlet with some of the rules and kind of try to give a little bit each time. I think our fans are pretty knowledgeable. Obviously, they can always get a little bit more, but it never hurts to give it to them a little bit at a time, so you're not throwing so much at them at one time.
Well, up next for you, you had your first dual match of the season. It was against Belmont Abbey, and UNCP won with a resounding 47-6 victory. And the only points that you gave up were from a forfeit in the 133-pound division, where you weren't able to have a wrestler at that weight. Talk a little bit about how the team performed there. I'm sure you had to be pretty pleased with that performance.
Absolutely, very, very pleased with the performance. Starting with Sean Topper at 125. Although he didn't have a match, I stated this early in the interview. The match was with him getting in here, training his butt off, making weight, being nutritionally smart about what he was doing throughout the week leading up to that. Because if you guys remember correctly, Thanksgiving was the weekend before that. So all the guys went home with that idea that they're not going to be able to enjoy Thanksgiving as much as everyone else. Ryan was a little bit off as far as making weight, but he's a guy that's he's a great kid to have in the program. He's going to make the improvements he needs to make to put himself in that position at the end of the season. Daniel Owenby went out there, a guy that continues to make improvements every week. Finally went out there and forced his will on the guy and put him away with a pin later on in the match there. And Christoph Thomas, another young guy with a lot of potential for us, went out there, wrestled a pretty tough match, had an opportunity to get a major, but he put himself in a position to get a 7-point lead with the opportunity to get that major at the end there. But he's making improvements. Brendan Parker, enough says about that guy. He's done a lot of good things for us, and he's going to continue to make small strides as the season goes along. Mike Williams, 2-time All-American, went out there what he's supposed to do and pinned his opponent in the first period and got off the mat. We had Jake Ferguson going out there, having a great performance for us in the 74-pound weight class and pinning his opponent as well after he basically wore the guy down, really wore him down. And once he saw blood, he went out there and took it and got rid of the guy and put him away. Shaheem Bryant, Shaheem had, I would say, one of the most veteran guys on their team, and went out there, got his takedowns, got his shots off, and did what he needed to do as far as getting out about him, and got good riding time. Won a 3-2 match that was very close, but I think overall he was in position to never really be threatened in that match. Shane Nolan didn't have another match there, but forfeit. He had to be prepared to get that. He had to eat right and make weight. That's huge. And we had Chris Gidding close it out for us with a great big crowd pleaser, going out there and picking his opponent up and putting him to his back a couple of times. Had a few times where I thought he was pinned, but hey, I'm not the official. I'm just here to be there for my guys. But the guys did a great job. Gave the fans what to expect later on in the season with us hosting regionals.
Do the players get frustrated at all when they prepare for a match and they end up not having an opponent?
Yes and no. I think it's one of those things where you kind of, especially at home. I think more so at home than away. But overall, it's just one of those things where you just gotta do what you can.
Okay, and the last match you had, we had about a minute left, the Davidson Open, which was last weekend. You took one first, you took one second, you took one third, and you had a number of quality wins over some very good opponents there. Have you seen improvement in the team over these last 3 matches?
Absolutely, absolutely. The guys are doing a great job, fixing things as we go through the season. Coming in here, we see one thing as a team, we fix it, and next week, we're upset the guys don't do the same thing that we worked on wrong, and so they're doing a good job of fixing things as we go along.
Excellent. I know that as a novice, I'm kind of watching these, and I definitely see some improvement in all these players. So we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little more to Coach Johnson about some upcoming wrestling matches. Stay tuned.
Founded in 1887 as the Croatan Normal School, the University of North Carolina at Pembroke has grown to a student body of over 6,000 and is now one of the most diverse institutions in the nation. As we prepare to celebrate our 125th anniversary in 2012, we remember the rich heritage of this institution and anticipate an exciting future. With an average class size of 21 students, the University of North Carolina at Pembroke is a place where students will get the personal attention they deserve at a great value. If you want to know your professors and classmates and have an enriching experience inside and outside of the classroom, then UNC Pembroke might be exactly what you're looking for. If you have what it takes to be brave, check out experience.uncp.edu. There you can take an online campus tour, schedule a campus visit, or apply for admission. Going to UNCP isn't for everyone. It's for the brave.